Hello, my name is Christy Corpus. I am a physics teacher at Pebble Hills High School, and in spring break 2020, I will be taking a group of students to London, Paris, Florence, and Rome. Hopefully you're watching this video so that you can get more information and you'll sign your student and possibly yourself up to go with us. I took a group of students in June 2017, and many of them came back so excited they could talk of nothing else but the trip. And I know that your student will really get a lot out of the trip. So it's a 10-day tour to Europe, London, Paris, Florence, Rome, major cities. Our dates, let's see if I can get this out of the way so you can see. Mark your calendars for March 7th to March 20th. Now, the reason we have a window instead of exact dates is because we travel as a group. We travel with other students because it keeps the travel affordable, and more students get to see the world, and it's just really a great opportunity to make friends. My ideal would be to get a group of 40 students from Pebble Hills, and then we would just travel with our own kids, but it is pretty great that if we have a group of, let's say, 20 students, we would meet up with 20 other students from around America. We would meet up in London, and we would travel with them for the duration of the trip. The kids really make good friends, and they learn about other places in the United States as well. For example, when I took my previous group, we met up with a group from Missouri, Alabama, and California. And my daughter went on the trip, and she still talks about some of the friends that she made. They're still in touch, and she still talks about the trip. We're going to be traveling with EF. EF is a world leader in international education. They have over 50 years experience, and what I love about them is that we are given such low prices for what we get. The value is incredible, and the safety. When we are in any of the given countries, our tour director is with us 24/7 in the hotel. Wherever we are, the tour director is with us. They know the area. They're keeping us safe. They speak the language. So our tour director will speak English, French, and Italian. So that helps me feel safe. If anything happens, I know that they can speak to the local authorities. And not to mention, EF has an office in each of the countries and cities that we'll be visiting. Included in the price of the trip is the Global Travel Protection Plan, which would cover tour cancellation or interruption in the event of some kind of global emergency or country emergency that we're visiting. If a student gets severely ill and has to be taken home or put in the hospital while we're there, it covers that. If there's some sort of accident, if our baggage is lost, if for some reason, apart from our fault, there's a delay in our flight, it covers any costs associated with that. Okay. It's interesting to note that here in El Paso, several other high schools are traveling with EF. In fact, as I understand it, Montwood has quite a few students that go with EF every year. One of my favorite things to focus on is how the travel impacts the students. I'm very passionate about this. I know that it helps them to become more globally minded. They travel outside of El Paso, and they're able to see that there are people that are so different from them, but in some ways so similar. And they can learn tolerance and how to be respectful. And when you're in a place, you just naturally have this intellectual curiosity. How did this get here? How old is it? And they are able to see firsthand the Sistine Chapel. So you can look at a picture of it in the book, but when you see it and you smell the room and you get the vastness of how high the ceiling is, it's a completely different experience. It's a real education. And so that's why for me, it's really important for the kids to actually get to travel. Have a look on our website at the itinerary day by day, but just to highlight, in London, we would see the Tower of London, we would see Big Ben, we would get to see the changing of the guard, and then once we go to Paris, we would see the Eiffel Tower, we'd see it, we would talk about whether or not we want to allot the time to go up the Eiffel Tower. That would be person by person. We'd see the Arc de Triomphe. We'd walk down Champs-Élysées. We would get to go into the Louvre and see the Mona Lisa in person. Then when we go to Florence, from London to Paris, by the way, we take a fast train under the English Channel, which for science nerds like myself, that is so cool. I love it. And then from Paris to Florence, we take a night train. And so the kids sleep in these night train cabins, perfectly safe, lockable doors. I'm right there. I check on them, and so does our tour director. But it's a super fun experience for them. And then in Florence, we'd see the Duomo, which is an amazing structure. It's this curved that took forever to build. We would learn all the details about that. And then from Florence, we take a chartered bus to Rome. And in Rome, of course, we'll see the Colosseum, the ancient Roman Forum. It's so amazing. An education like no other. Okay, so now let's get to the nuts and bolts. What's included in the trip? Round-trip airfare, safe, quality hotels. They're very nice. We have a 24/7 bilingual tour director, or trilingual, or however many languages we need. We need at least 3. All the transportation we need on the tour. We have chartered buses. We travel with just our group. But we do take the subway a little bit for that experience. And while we're walking downtown, it just makes more sense. The fast train, the night train, all of that transportation is included. The itinerary itself is very educational. This is not just a fun vacation for your kids, though it is fun. It's very exhausting because it is so packed full of wonderful educational opportunities. All of our tours are guided. We have headphones. We listen to all of the details about the place that we're seeing. Breakfast and dinner are included daily. And you get a tour donation page. So if you're wanting to allow family to donate to the trip for Christmas or birthdays, that's on there and it'll go straight to the trip. The students get a travel backpack and the important global travel protection plan. What's not included? What you would need to cover. That would be passport and visa fees. Any airport baggage fees, that would be if they decide to take more than I recommend, which I'm really going to push. I'm not taking too much, and then it won't cost more. Lunch is not included, nor are snacks, because lunch is our free time, and that's an opportunity for the kids to explore. Don't worry. I make sure they're in groups of 2 or 3, and they know where they're going, and I have my phone. They're perfectly safe. Any spending money for souvenirs is also not included, and I do collect tips, $10 a day for travelers that we give to the bus drivers and the tour guides and our tour director. We may be able to do a fundraiser for that. Now let's get to the bottom line. How much does it cost? It is $3,825 in full. So you could pay for that all up front. You could enroll with a $95 non-refundable deposit, and then it would be $420 a month starting now. Now as we get closer to the time of departure, the price may increase because the airfare and such do increase. You could choose to get automatic deductions, or you could choose just to pay your deposit and then make payments as you can. Many students of mine in the past have done full fundraisers on their own as a family and paid for their trip. Some people wait for their tax refund, however you want to do that. Right now I have 15 spots available. It is already past May 10th, but the discount, the $200 discount is gone, but that was not included in this price. $38.25 is the price if you enroll. Enrolling before September is ideal because prices will go up. How do you enroll? You can go to this website, eftours.com, 221-2524-JU, or you can call 1-800-665-5364. If you have any questions, please email me or call me, and I would love to speak with you about it. I hope you join.